What up, everyone? Back for another video. This time we got some monthly subscription boxes. The best part about this channel. And I'm going to switch it up a little bit and do something I haven't done in a long time. Give it some value and give these boxes some scores. And honestly, I feel so stupid that I'm just now doing that. I used to do it a long time ago, and at some point I just kind of forgot. I feel like I got busy years ago and just got too busy to do individual scores, and then legit forgot I used to do it. One of the best things about this channel was that I gave these all ratings and scores, and somewhere along the line I just forgot. So I'm getting back to that. I'm going to give these boxes some values and give them some scores to help you better understand and possibly find the best box for you. And good news, I just signed up for quite a few more boxes. Some different ones from BAM, some ones from Zobi, and some other boxes too that have been suggested. I'm finally making some money again. Things are going back to normal. I'm getting regular work. So that means I can waste it all on collectibles. So I ordered a bunch more subscription boxes, and you'll be seeing them in the very near future. On the other hand, we do have a little bit less this time around because a few boxes got delayed. And they said it was because of COVID, but it's like, I feel like that's just the excuse now. Whenever something's late, they just blame it on COVID, and it's like, that was like a year ago, man. I don't know if those are still getting shipping delays, but whatever. So we're not going to see Marvel Collector Corps. They're getting delayed until, I think, like mid-September or something like that. But we do have Pusheen box, which is quarterly. Excuse me. Which is quarterly, so that'll be taking its spot. So, we have, of the monthly boxes, we got 2 of Loot Crate, 2 of BAM Box, 1 of Geek Fuel, and 1 of Pusheen. So 6 in total. We'll go through each one and give them individual scores and talk about the value. So because I'm giving values again, this is going to be an extremely long video, but I'll try to put some timestamps in the description so you can jump ahead to where you want to be, hopefully. Alright, so let's get started. In no particular order, starting out with Loot Crate. Got to make sure and stay hydrated because it's going to be a long video. So, we got 2 here. And I'm pretty sure this is June and July. No, sorry. This is May and June? Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know which months they are. They may be June and July. Anyway, the first box we got here, we got a continuation of some of the Guardians of the Galaxy figures that we were seeing. So, we got a shirt, of course. Then we got a pin, of course. All regular things that show up in the box. And then we got a keychain. And we also got a little Voltron Eraser buildable figure. Now, this one I actually liked. I think they did a pretty good job on it. For the longest time, Loot Crate was just doing absolute shit. They were just putting out garbage, and that's why they went out of business. And then NECA bought them up, and they've slowly been turning around. So if you haven't been watching the previous videos, we've been getting one piece at a time of this little, I wouldn't say it's a diorama, but 4 different figures from Guardians of the Galaxy that go together. First of all, I find it weird that they're only doing 4 figures, but they are. There's no Drax in there, which is very odd to me. If they were going to leave someone out, I feel like it would be Gamora, because she's not in the Guardians of the Galaxy currently. But either way, and I saw how the Groot figure is going to look. It looks pretty badass. So we already got the Star-Lord figure. This one has Rocket in it. And he's my favorite Guardian, honestly. So I like that they're doing things that go in succession. I like that they're putting things, because it's too costly to put a big diorama in there. But they can put these individual figures, and you can build them over time, so you get something of great value and something nice to display. So I do like that they're doing that. I appreciate that. And then we got a pin. It was an Invader Zim pin, which is one of my favorite shows, but they did a crossover with Alien, and it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Then we got a keychain from Ren and Stimpy, the Space Madness, so it's like a dual keychain, and it's actually pretty nice in quality. And then we got a Voltron Eraser set, which doesn't sound like anything amazing, and technically it's really not, it's just erasers. But the way they present it, they actually do it on a carded figure, and that's pretty cool. As far as the look of it, they did it in different colors, so it looks a little weird, but it's still really nice because it looks like an action figure. So that's definitely going to give it some value and give it some quality there too. Now, let's talk about the value of this box. So one thing, obviously I haven't done values in a long time, so I'll remind you all, as far as shirts go, I always give it the same value no matter where it's from, and it's always going to be that $12 to $15 price range. Now, I know what you're saying, like different companies, you have different qualities, but what I've learned over the years is that everyone wants something different. Me personally, I like shirts to be fitted, I like them to be soft and lightweight, but so many people have commented over the years, they like the exact opposite. They like them to be more boxy, really thick and sturdy and durable. That way they last long. So it's so hard to give it value based on quality. So for that reason, since everyone likes something different, I always give shirts that $12 to $15 range, but I do give the shirts an individual score. And that's my personal score of how I think it is. And then we'll give it an overall value and then an overall rating. So starting off with the shirt, $12 to $15 range. The figure, $10 to $15 range. They kind of vary depending on character, but right around that, which I think is reasonable. I think that's a reasonable price. The eraser figure actually is going for about the same, that $10 to $15 range. Like I said, having it being carded like that and having an exclusive gives it some value. Then we got the keychain. That's going to be that $8 to $12 range. Keychains can vary, but they're always around that $10. But because this is 2, I might value it closer to the $12 range. But you know, Loot Crate makes a lot, so 8 to 12 is the range. And then the pin, as far as Loot Crate pins are concerned, they're always going to be right around that $5 to $6 range. So that's the value. So on the low end, we got 45, and on the high end, we got 63. This is a $30 box. So we're actually getting pretty close to double the value, and that's always the goal. You know, they're going to range in value all over the place, but ideally, you want to get double the value you pay for, because there's always going to be things you don't like in the box, so you want them to be at least valuable so you can sell them and make some of your money back if you happen to get a box full of stuff you don't like. So that being said, overall, a very nice box. Oh, I didn't mention the score on the shirt. The shirt, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Loot Crate shirts, they're not the best. They're not horrible. There's plenty of boxes out there that do the absolute cheapest screen printed quality, and there's companies that do really great shirts. And Loot Crate's kind of around the mid to higher end on it, but they're kind of hit and miss. And the design was fine, and I like the color of it. I said for the longest time, and I think they're listening, that Loot Crate always did these super bright colored shirts that were just ridiculous colors that no one wore. They did a soft, subtle blue and a nice logo that kind of matched the color of the t-shirt. So they did pretty well on it, but the fit on it and the quality on it's not always super great. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And the design is obviously just something that's cut and pasted. It's nothing crazy design. 6 out of 10 is the score on the shirt. So given the value for low end 45, high end 63. Overall, I'm going to give this specific box a 7 out of 10. I think they did really well, and I like the direction that Loot Crate is going, and I can't wait to get all these 4 figures and put them all together. So that was the first one. Now we got the next Loot Crate box. Similar situation. First of all, they gave a card in the box that's supposed to have all the information of things in the box, because they still aren't putting inserts back in there, which is stupid. They gave me a card, and they haven't updated the site. So hopefully in between now and when the video posts, they'll update the site so I can use the picture to show you right now. But why give the card of information if you're not going to update your site? So there was no information on this month's box, which is really stupid. Like, come on, Loot Crate, like, step your game up. Anyway, pretty typical stuff. We got a shirt in here. We got another Guardians figure. This was the Gamora figure, and then Groot will be the last and final figure of the quartet of figures. So we got that, and then we got a shirt. Really not that inspired of a design, just in case that they don't update their site. Here it was, and it was a Harry Potter shirt from Order of the Phoenix, and there's kind of 2 designs there, so you can kind of see it, and it's not super great. I'm not a fan of it, and I'm not a fan of the colors so much either, but they're doing better. As I was saying, Loot Crate was notorious for doing these overly bright shirts that are really stupid, so at least they're doing more subtle, muted tones. Red shirts are still kind of hard to wear for men. Sometimes it's pretty rare to see that, but at least they're not doing bright red anymore. But as far as a score on this shirt, I'm only giving it a 4 out of 10. The design's not that great. It's nothing that crazy. It doesn't really match well with the color of the shirt and the design of the bird, so it's okay. Nothing super great about it. But that shirt's going to get a score of 4 out of 10. Other things we got the Guardians figure, and then we got this, which I was super excited for because it looked like one of the Kripkins. And then I saw they have the Jurassic Park logo. I'm like, cool, we'll get it like an exclusive NECA Jurassic Park figure. That's so awesome. I really don't have much Jurassic Park figures. And then I opened it up out of excitement, and it was socks. It's like Christmas Day when you go to open your gifts as a kid and you get socks. It's like, you kidding me? Why this box then? What, that was like super overkill. I was so excited to get a cool figure and then fucking socks. Just put the socks in there. Don't make it look like a figure. And the design on these is very uninspired. It's got like the Jurassic Park logo and some neon stripes. Okay. And this again has a Jurassic Park logo and a neon X on it. Okay. Like what does that have anything to do with Jurassic Park? You couldn't get any more creative than that? Literally the generic logo they always use and a bunch of stripes? Okay. Not loving that. Poor choice. Like super excited about it. Open it up and then socks with stupid lines on it. So very disappointed by that. Then we got a wallet, a little Transformers wallet, and I'm never super excited to see like wallets because they're just a dime a dozen. It's a very common thing to put in boxes like shirts and socks. You end up with like 200 wallets over time, and honestly, I don't even use a wallet. I haven't used a wallet for years. Like who carries cash these days? And I have my credit cards that are in the back of my phone. Like that's where I keep that. So I haven't used wallets in years, and you can't really sell them. They're just not used that much anymore. So when I see them, it's like, meh. And I'm pretty sure this was Soundwave from Transformers because it looks like a cassette. Could be wrong, but that's what it looked like. And then we got a little pin of Planet of the Apes. So let's talk about the value. Shirt, standard 12 to 15. Score, 4 out of 10. Figure, that same $10 to $15 range as the other Guardians figures. Socks, I'm giving it a $5 to $6 score or value-wise because they're very generic. There's nothing special about them. I'd be surprised if you could sell them at all. And then the wallet, I'll give it $10. And again, being generous on that value, maybe worth a little less. And the pin, standard 5 to 6 on Loot Crate pins. That gives this value on the low end 42, on the high end 52. So for that reason, I'm giving the score a 6 out of 10. Not quite double the value. You're getting probably 3/4 of your value. And to be perfectly honest, I was being pretty generous with some of those values because I'm not sure you'd be able to sell any of this if you wanted some of your money back. So again, a generous score of 6 out of 10 because I still do like that Guardians figure. And at least everything in here is exclusive. So I think that earns them some extra points. So that's it for Loot Crate. We got a 6 and a 7 out of 10. Try to move this right along. Next, let's do Geek Fuel. And they are doing inserts. Thanks, Geek Fuel. Good job. I appreciate it. Makes my job much easier to have a little insert. Hacha! So we got 4 items in here. As always, we get a shirt, and then we got a Quantum Mechanics figure, a pin set, and a candle. Great! I'm super happy about all this stuff. That sounds fantastic. First of all, let's go down the line. The Quantum Mechanics figures, we got the Godfeathers from Animaniacs. I've been seeing this figure around lately. Glad I didn't buy it myself, but I think that's really cool. I do think it's kind of weird that they did the Godfeathers Quantum Mechanics, but I don't think they've done an Animaniacs Quantum Mechanics figure. It's no big deal. Like, I don't care. It's just weird that they would start with Godfeathers, which was one of the lesser popular portions of that cartoon, but, you know, whatever. I still think it's cool. I wouldn't have personally bought it in store because I don't like the Godfeathers enough to spend like $20 or $30 on a Q-Fig, but if it showed up in the box, absolutely I'll keep that. I'm never disappointed when we get a Quantum Mechanics figure in a box because I love Quantum Mechanics. They do fantastic stuff. Hoping, crossing my fingers, that eventually Geek Fuel gets an exclusive one because that would be fantastic. Next down the line, we got the shirt, and we got one from Hellboy. And this shirt is pretty badass. They did like they did with the Godzilla shirt previously, where they do like a little emblem and then a bigger picture on the back, and it has his like rock fist holding the sword. Really cool, and the quality on their shirts is fantastic. Of the subscription boxes, Geek Fuel has the best quality shirts out there. They really do. And I've tried them all, trust me. Some come close, but these are great. They really put in the work. They have nice material. They're fitted. They fit well. The designs are good. They're washable. Great job, Geek Fuel. That is one of their best features. Usually I don't care when I get shirts because I know I'm just going to throw them away or give them away, but Geek Fuel shirts, I keep them and I wear them. So for that reason, I'm giving this shirt a 8 out of 10. You know, it's not perfect. It's not a mind-blowing design or anything like that. But the quality is good. I like Hellboy. The design of it's really cool. It's not, like I said, not mind-blowing design, but really well done. 8 out of 10 there. All right. Then we got a pin set from Suicide Squad, which is good, but also kind of odd because it's pins from the first Suicide Squad movie. But it's from Quantum Mechanics, so I'm guessing they have a good partnership with Quantum Mechanics. I didn't even know they made pins, but apparently they did. Maybe just the one time for Suicide Squad. But it's from the original, and you got the option of 3 different sets, which is cool. I like Suicide Squad. I like pins, but it's also kind of a bummer when one of my pins is like Slipknot, and he was in the first movie for like 2 minutes. So it's like kind of a bummer when you got a pin of a 2-minute character, but still, at least they mixed it in with other characters that lasted. I got the Harley Quinn one, popular character Rick Flag, who again is dead. Sorry, spoiler alert. So it's kind of a bittersweet that you get pins of characters that are no longer going to exist. But other than that, the pin set is cool, and I like that they gave the option of 3 different ones. So that's really cool. Quality's nice, and they're actually, I'm pretty sure these are actually metal too. Quantum Mechanics always does high quality. No complaints there. Then we got a candle. Here's where I'll say the quality dips down pretty significantly. It's like semi-scented. Not really a good scent though. Kind of smells like hand lotion. There's nothing super special about it. And the pictures on it are cool. It's like, it's well designed. They got that kind of black and white outline of some of the DC females with some like watercolor splatters behind it. I like the design of it, but as far as candles go, this is about as cheap as they get. The design on the little tin is not printed on or engraved in there. It's literally a sticker, and I can even feel where the sticker's been put on. People print these out, and they just put the sticker on around it. So I like the effort. Candles are useful, but this is a very, very cheaply made candle. But still, I like the picture on it, and you got the option of 4 different ones, so sure. And to be clear, Geek Fuel does give values in their card, but nothing against them. No offense, Geek Fuel, but your values are a little bit skewed. I understand why companies are always going to skew values in their favor, but I'm going to give it some real value. So as far as the shirt, they gave it a $20 value. I'm sorry, but no. You do good quality shirts, don't get me wrong, but $20, no, man. No way. That's super high-end. That's like boutique high-end t-shirts, like $20, no. Giving it the same $12 to $15 range, but got an 8 out of 10 on the score, so good job there. And then the Quantum Mechanics figure, they value it at 30, but if it were a popular character, I would agree, like Superman or Batman or something like that. But the God Feathers, that's going to bring the value down a little because they're not super popular. So I'm going to give it a $20 to $25 range. Not down by much because they're less popular, just a tiny bit. And then the pin, they do good quality pins. Quantum Mechanics does an excellent job. So I'm going to give it an $8 to $12 range because it kind of depends on which ones you got. Like, I got Harley Quinn. She's one of the most popular. But if you got the one with, like, Enchantress, she wasn't that popular. So it kind of depends. So around that $8 to $12 range. And the candle, they valued it at $7. I'm going to give it a generous $5 because honestly, this seems like something people would give away for free with their business card number on it or something. So I'll give it a generous $5 value. That being said, on the low end, 45, on the high end, 57. So pretty close to right around double your value. Good job. Excellent there. So overall, I'm going to give this box an 8 out of 10. Good quality shirt, good design. Quantum Mechanics figure, love those figures, and even if you don't like it, super easy to sell, very popular. Pins, same thing. It may have been from the older movie, but they're still very nice quality pins of some characters that are in the current movie. So there, candle, you can give it to someone as a gift, sure. But overall, 8 out of 10. I really liked it. Good value, good quality. Good job, Geek Fuel. All right, moving on. Let's move on to the BAM box. We got 2 of them, June and July. Let's start with June's. Really great box. Celebrity Autograph was from, where is his name? Oh, Keith Coogan. And some of you may remember him. He was most famous from his role in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Love that movie. Loved it as a kid. Love it to this day. Fantastic movie. And 1 out of 10 people actually got a signed plate, which is cool. And that's what I got. Fuck yeah. Always cool to get the bonus stuff. But I do wonder though why they didn't just put plates in all of them. Because 1 out of 10 is common enough to where I feel like they could have just done plates. Because this isn't an expensive plate. Like, it's nice. Like, it's an actual dish. But I can't imagine the plate being super expensive. And if the guy was already signing stuff, why not just give everyone plates? I don't know. Just seemed counterintuitive to me to not just give everyone plates. But fine, I'm happy with my plate, so sure. And it fits in with the movie, so that was really cool. And that's what I've always said about the bandbox. They give you these autographs where it's like, not a super famous person. Like, if I saw him in the movie, I wouldn't know his name. Like, I don't know. But I absolutely know who he is when they mention who he is. Like, I know him from the movie, and they say, oh, it's that guy's signature. Like, cool. I'll totally keep that around. Then we got a pin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. We got Marvin. Great movie. Absolutely loved it. Their pins are always pretty top-notch. They do a really good job on the pins. And then we got our prop replica, and this is from the Shuriken from Titans, or Teen Titans. And this is Robin's, and it's actually metal. So good. I'm glad they're doing nicer quality stuff. Now, I'm sure the Shuriken, I always pronounce that wrong, that they used in the show, I'm sure had like sharper edges than this one, but whatever. But I'm glad they're making it out of metal. I feel like they're listening to some of my advice and doing things that are maybe not super fantastic visually, but they're actually made of quality, so that gives it some value. That I'll keep referring back to that Jumanji piece of shit that was rubber. Like, if they gave us a rubber Shuriken, like, that would be so stupid. So at least it's metal, so at least that gives it some value there. Then we got our Artist Alley. We got a little print from Loki. So Bandbox does not give shirts. But I will also give it a separate score because of the artwork. Because I feel like it's very similar to judge the same way. As far as t-shirts, they're a dime a dozen, but it's all about the quality and the design of the shirt. Same with these art prints. Art prints are a dime a dozen, but it's about the quality of the artwork and if it's a good picture or not. So just like these other boxes, they get a score on the shirt. Bandbox will always get a score on the artwork. So this one, not particularly thrilled by it, to just cut to the chase. It's getting a 3 out of 10 because the artwork's not super great, and it's mostly fan artwork, which is fine. Doesn't always have to be famous people, but I feel like the bar they set for their artwork is very low. And I appreciate that they sign a number, which does give it some value, but it's really hard if you want to sell these things to sell it to anyone because they're so obscure. And honestly, the quality of the art is very subpar. And even this one, I don't know, it seems, I don't mean to be insulting to the artist. If the artist happens to be watching, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be insulting, but it's just not particularly amazing. It's not particularly well put together, so 3 out of 10 on that. Sorry. And then we always get our Artist Select card, but that's just kind of there. So let's talk about some value. This particular autograph, around that $15 to $20 range. If you got a plate, those are going for like $70. Way, way up there. But can't base it off that because not everyone got that. So 15 to 20 on the autograph. The art, I'm going to give it a 10 to 12. Again, you probably have trouble selling it to anyone, but I think it's fair to give it that value. Pins and Bandbox are actually very collectible and very high in quality. So that's going to get a $10 to $12 range. Then our little Robin, I think it's not technically a Batarang. They call it Shuriken. But that's going to get a $15 to $18 range. Actually nice in quality, got some good weight to it. And then our little Artist Select card, unfortunately that's not going to get any value. Again, it's great that they put it in there. It's great they feature artists. It's not a bad thing it's in there, but I honestly can't find myself giving that any value. So that being said, on the low end, $50. On the high end, $62. So again, right around double the range, double the value. And for that reason, I'm going to give this box an 8 out of 10. So this one, I didn't really like the artwork on it, but the pin was absolutely great. The prop replica was nice quality, and the celebrity autograph was cool. And you got a 1 in 10 chance of getting the plate, which they don't usually do something that regular. They usually give alternate prints, but I think this is a good idea. I think BAM should explore this more, giving some actual items. They did it once a long time ago. I have a shark back there from Sharknado with Tara Reid's signature on it. They should really do that more often. Like, it's cool to get 8x10s, but always do maybe a 1 in 10 chance of getting like a pop figure or something like that. I think it'd be good to mix it up, and that'll bring up the value because you get a good chance of doing it. Collector's Case used to do the same thing. You always got a 1 in 10 chance of getting a really famous autograph from like a big name star. So I like that they did that. I think they should stick with that. So 8 out of 10 on that one. Good value, good quality, good signature. Moving on to July's BAM box. All right, this one, great celebrity autograph. Her name was E.G. Daily. You'll remember her from many things. She's done tons and tons of stuff. She was the voice of Tommy Pickles for, I don't know, 20, 30 years. She was in the Powerpuff Girls. She was in, as an actress, Pee Wee Herman. She was in Pee Wee Herman's movie. And she's also an artist herself. She's an actual musician that made records and things like that. So she's pretty famous. Again, you probably wouldn't know her by name because you just usually don't for voice actors. But she is one of the most famous voice actors that are out there. She's, especially for like the 90s generation kids, she's done so many voices and so many roles. So absolutely fantastic to get her autograph. Super psyched about that. Now let's go to the Artist Alley, the art print. Again, another one of those fan prints. This is from BoJack Horseman. Love the show, but as far as the prints, like it's just okay. Like they're usually clever, but the quality of it's not super nice. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 as far as the score on the artwork. Then we got a pin, Wonder Woman, and they keep doing various level up ones. And again, I keep saying Bambox, like do one special pin and give the other 3 a variety. Don't make 3 out of 4 rare. I really don't like that. I hate that we get the boring one and then few people get the cool ones. But the pins are always nice and quality other than that, so that's fine. Then our prop replica, nice and quality, but kind of a poor replica to pick because we got dog tags. And we've just seen that so many times before because they're just so easy to make. They're so easily replicated. So Bambox is known for giving prop replicas, but I've gotten dog tags in like 10 other boxes because they're just so easy to make. This is one from Top Gun, and it's like fine, but it's like dog tags. Like I have so many from cooler movies, and it's like I don't need that many dog tags. So I was kind of bummed out to see that. But at least they're metal. At least they didn't try to make them of plastic or something like that. But not super thrilled about that. And then again, our artist card is there. So let's talk about prices. The autograph on this, $20 to $30. Like I said, very famous voice actor. And I don't know if she was a famous musician, but she was a musician. So her autograph goes for a decent amount, especially if you got one from Bambox. That's a little bit higher on the value than some of the just generic autographs from her. So good value on that. Art print, I'm going to... Again, I'll be generous and give it that 10 out of 12. I don't know if you could ever sell it for that. And then the score on that was 4 out of 10. Pin, $10 to $12. Prop replica, honestly, like 5 to 7. I think that's a generous value because they're just so generic. I don't think you could ever sell something like that. And then the card, it kind of gets a 0 value. So overall, I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. I don't know if I added it up. 40, 45. So 45 on the low end, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, so pretty close to double the value right there. Just doing some quick math. They did decent on the value. And I really like the celebrity autograph. This is one of their better ones that they've gotten. Really, really famous voice actress. And that really brought up the value on this significantly. That autograph alone made this whole box worth it, just that. And the other things in there were okay, were decently done, but kind of there. But 7.5 because I'm going to cherish that autograph. Was always a huge Rugrats fan. I watch Powerpuff Girls all the time. Big Pee Wee fan, so super ecstatic to get her as an autograph. 7.5 on the Bambox. All right, moving right along. Almost done. So next, Pusheen box. Bruh. This is a quarterly box for those of you who don't know, and the value on this one is slightly different than the rest of the boxes. The other ones are right around that $30 range, give or take a few dollars depending on where you live in shipping. This one's more expensive at $40. Culturefly used to do $60 boxes, but they brought it down to $40, which I think is good, much more affordable. So this one is full of stuff. It's a really big box, so it is definitely worth that extra $10. But let's talk about it. So first we got a shirt here, which is very common. I like the style of it. We got a nice little like white ringer collar, and I like wearing Pusheen stuff. I don't know. I just think it's funny. It's funny to see a big tattooed guy like me wearing Pusheen stuff. I think it's hilarious. And then we got an apron, which is just very generic. These boxes, you see a ton of aprons, and honestly, I've never worn an apron a day in my life. Not only that, I've never known a single person to wear an apron. I live in California. Maybe it's just not a thing here. Never once in my life have I ever seen someone wear an apron. Maybe it's a thing somewhere else. I don't know, but aprons, see them all the time. Then we got a cooler bag, which is nice. It's an actual like insulated cooler bag to keep things cool, and it's a perfect size for putting a couple beers in there. So yeah, I'm down for that. That works. Then we got a little mini chalkboard, which fine, I can find some use for that. It's always nice to have a little thing to write notes somewhere. Then we got a little cookie jar. The quality on this is kind of poor because it's usually cookie jars that look like this with the wood top are almost always ceramic, and this one's plastic. So it's like, I feel like they should have skipped that. If they're not going to do the quality ceramic, then maybe just not put it in there because it's weird to have like a plastic cookie jar. I don't know. But speaking of quality, we got a little sundae dish, and this actually is glass. So that's the quality we should keep too. And then we got a sticker sheet, and the piece de resistance is the figure that it came with. These are always very nice and very valuable. This one we got a full-on ice cream truck with Pusheen eating an ice cream. So very nicely done. Let's talk about some value on these. So the shirt, giving it that $12 to $15 value range, but as far as a score, I'm actually going to give it a 7 out of 10. The quality is actually very nice. They are pretty good about giving nice quality clothing materials. I've gotten some of these other Culturefly boxes, and they have like jackets and stuff in there that are just very nicely done. So the quality is very nice, and the design is, it's not particularly amazing, but it is original. It's specific to this box and exclusive to it, so I think that had that value of it, so I think it deserves 7 out of 10. And then what do we got? Next is the figure. The figure actually goes for right around $25. These are very collectible. Pusheen stuff in general is highly collectible, especially the figures. Whenever they have those blind box figures, those go for crazy amounts, man. Very collectible, this Pusheen. And this one specifically is probably the best figure they've had, just as far as size and quality and detail. Not crazy detail, but probably the best one we've gotten so far. So right around that $25 range. The apron, 12 to 15. Again, I don't know if it would ever sell for that much, but that's the price I was seeing it listed for. Again, maybe it's popular somewhere else. I'm not sure. I don't use them. And then the cooler, $20 to $25, because it is actually well designed, has a cool print on it, and it has that insulation inside, so it's very practical and useful, and it looks really nice. And it looks a little bit different than the normal one, so it has that style to it. The little chalkboard, like 10 to 12 bucks, mostly just because it has Pusheen's face on it. And then the jar was going for around $15, but honestly, I think at the generous valuation, considering it's not ceramic. The glass, 15 to 20, and the stickers, 5 to 6. So, normally if this stuff had anyone else's face on it, it wouldn't be going for these values. But as I was saying before, Pusheen stuff is highly collectible and very valuable. The value, it's like Disney. Anything with that on there is just collectible and goes up in value almost immediately. So I was surprised to see that not only were things being listed for this price, but a lot of them were actually selling for these prices. So that's really great, because if you got something you're not going to use, like me with the apron, you can sell that and make back some of your money, which is really great. That brings down the value of this box, and that's ideal. Because if you have stuff in there that you can't sell, it's not the end of the world. That's not why you got the box. But it's just a bummer when you get something you don't like, because that's just money out of your pocket. So that being said, with all these values, on the low end, $114. On the high end, $133. So you're getting almost triple your value here. And as stated, you may not be able to sell everything in here because it's generic stuff like aprons and shirts. But if you find the right buyer, you could sell it and fetch a pretty decent price for it. So triple the value. Everything in here is exclusive. Everything in here is collectible. Everything in here has value. Very well done. I'm quite surprised. So for that reason, this box is going to get a 9 out of 10. Now keep in mind, this company is Culturefly, by the way. They do a lot of different boxes, and I'm considering trying out some other ones. You saw in previous videos, I did the World's Finest Collection, which was DC. I did the Nick box for a long time. All the same company. They also do a Friends one, The Office, My Hero Academia. They do a lot of different stuff. Most of their other boxes, not getting this score, not getting this value, because it's specific to Pusheen. He's very, very collectible. The other boxes, you get similar quality, but much lower in value because it's less popular characters and things. So just keep that in mind when ordering from Culturefly. There's a little bit difference there. But still, great value, great quality, all exclusive, 9 out of 10. Well done, Culturefly. I'm keeping this box around. So that was it. those were all for the companies and all 6 of the boxes. And as I was saying, I ordered some more from Bandbox. I'm going to be getting the comic box, which many people wanted me to check out, and I finally buckled and got that one too. And some from Zobi, a few different ones there. And if you have any other boxes you want to see or companies you want to recommend, now's the time to do it so I can order them and have them ready for the next video. I want to start trying out boxes again. So let me know what you thought. Are you happy to see the values back? Are you happy to see the scores back? Or is this video just way too long and you hate me talking? Either way, I love to hear your thoughts in the comments. So this should be the style that I'll do these from now on. And some of these newer boxes, I might do individual videos for, but we'll see about that. Other than that, thank you for watching and supporting. Feel free to enter the giveaway at any time. Search giveaway rules. Other than that, see you on the next video. Love you all. Peace.